Hello, wonderful ATA volunteers. Today I want to show exactly what you'll be doing with your first grade students. Week 1 and week 2 are a little special because we don't have school the first week on Wednesday and then the second week on Monday, and so we have a little bit of a different kind of assessment for you to do, and we're just going to hand that to you on both of those days. So let's say you're a Monday volunteer. You're going to come in the morning and we have these cards for you. We've kind of gone over them, and this is going to be our primary focus. Day 1, we are going through and expecting that your kid knows all of the letters and the sounds. If you have found out that they don't, take note of that, and we'll just be learning all the letters and the sounds that they don't before we move on. But if they do, you're going to sit down on Monday and you're going to ask them letter, sound. On the back of each card, it'll say B or M or E. A says middle for M. So A, place in the middle. B, beginning. You're going to keep walking them through. C says K. D says, get it, D, end. Eventually you'll go through all those cards and then you're going to flip them over for beginning, middle, end. And the kid is going to walk through and you're going to say, add. Blend it, bad. You'll remove 1, 2 cards, and the next one, add, cad. And that's called our blending drill. So you're going to do that with your student. After you've walked them through the entire blending drill, you'll notice in your folder, we have a little schedule. So Monday it says card drill, blending drill, and then you're going to play a sight word game. It can be whatever you want. There's just a list of sight words that they have to go through for first grade. You could write them on an index card, flip them upside down, and have them guess. Or you can just have them read the list. Doesn't really matter. It's up to your own creativity, but it's a sight word game. And now comes the new material. In each of one of your folders, here is the order for introducing any new material. So, we have all of that. The first thing is CK. So you're going to be like, today we're learning CK. CK makes the K sound. Can you trace it and say K 3 times? And the student will say K. And they'll do that 3 times. Great, way to go. Now the schedule has them read words, sentences, and spell words. If you notice, over at ATA we have a file folder, and in all of those files that are either say CK, CK review, short A review. If you're a Monday volunteer, you're just going to grab whatever matches your card, and inside of it has sentences, words, short stories. But make sure if you're Monday, you don't grab the one that says review. You grab the one that just says the letters and sounds. Now you have freedom to have the kid read the words, spell the words, read the sentences, write the sentences if they're not too challenging, and then once you've completed that, you're done with the day. Now I know some of you have some teaching background. At the end of the day, the most important thing for Monday is always to do the card drill and the blending drill and to introduce a new sound. As long as you're doing that, that's fine. If you don't want to use the words and sentences I've prepared, it's all right. Now, when you're done Monday, volunteers, if you could take note of one thing that the student really struggled with. Maybe you introduced CK and it didn't seem like they grasped it. Or when you were doing the short card drill, wow, they really couldn't understand short O. They kept saying O instead of ah. Every day, in your file folder, there will be, here it is, it just says worked on, mastered, more practice. So you're going to write what they need more practice on. Please just pick one thing that the student really struggled with. Now Wednesday, this is where you come in. You're going to grab your folder, and the first thing you're going to look at is what they need more practice on. Well, in that file bin that I talked about, if it says they need more practice on short A, you will find the file that says short A review. If they needed more practice on CK, you'll find the one that says CK Review. And then that'll begin your session with your student. For Wednesday, we have the card drill and blending drill. Just like I showed for Monday volunteers, you're going to do the exact same thing. We really want the students to receive repetition and have practice with what's called nonsense words. So they're really learning the letters and sounds, not just memorizing. Then it says phonemic awareness. For those of you that aren't totally familiar with phonemic awareness, in here, literally step-by-step, any activity you could do with the student. For those of you who are more familiar, I'm okay with that 3 minutes for you to make up any kind of phonemic awareness activity to do with your student. And then it says review material. And so it'll be whatever that element is for the day, that original file that you grabbed, you will go over and do review. Same as Monday, if you have a lot of background in teaching and you want a little bit more liberty, just as long as you're focusing on what would need more practice for that day, I'm okay however you teach it. So that's Monday and Wednesday. All right, and for Thursday volunteers, you'll be working with different students than the Monday, Wednesday. And so Thursday, they're a little bit higher up, what is known as bubble students. And so for our bubble students, if you look, for Thursday, you're still going to do that card drill and that blending drill. And then you'll do a phonemic awareness activity. And then we're just going to have some spelling word practice, some fluency, comprehension. And so those will be all activities that are prepared for you for Thursday. If you have any questions, you can ask Abby or I. For Monday and Wednesday volunteers, always pay attention to your checklist for the suggested order of introducing things. Make note of, well, this week we introduced CK to Rico, so the following week, when you do that blending drill and the card drill, CK should be part of that pack. And then maybe with Alexandra, you've now done CK, and then the next week you've done FF at the end. Well, now that's going to be in your pile too. Make sure you are always adding the new material that you've taught the prior week to the make sure you're always adding the material that you did the prior week to your card and blending drill in the upcoming week. If you have any questions, feel free to call Abby or I and know that both Abby and I, for the first few weeks, are just going to be floating around, and we're there to help you. My prayer and hope is that while this seems like a lot of info at first, I'm very confident it'll be pretty easy to grasp, and just putting a system into place is really going to benefit our students, and I know Principal O'Malley and the teachers are really going to appreciate it. But please, once again, don't hesitate to reach out, and we're really looking forward to the school year.